Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're going to be talking about Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, and boy, there's a lot to discuss when it comes to this movie. So, this video is going to be rather lengthy. Just gonna warn you right out of the gate because there is indeed a lot to talk about, and a lot of it not very good. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. This is the third Fantastic Beast movie, and by extension, the 11th Wizarding World movie, which is just Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, because Fantastic Beasts takes place quite a few decades before Harry Potter, all the same universe. Yeah. So we gotta look at that. Obviously, we're gonna start with talking about the Harry Potter movies, the originals. And with Harry Potter, I don't need to explain it in detail what it is. You all know what it is about wizards and, spells and wands and brooms and, you know, Voldemort and the boy who lived and you're a wizard, Harry. I'm a what? I don't need to go through all that. It's unnecessary. But I will discuss just the movies and how successful they were. So, as you know, Harry Potter started as a book, and there were 7 books. The last few were literally the size of bricks. And then eventually Warner Brothers made all of them into movies. Well, the last book got split into 2 parts, which was like one of the only times where it was necessary to split a movie into 2 parts. But yeah, all of the books turned into movies for like a whole decade, starting from Sorcerer's Stone to Deathly Hallows Part 2. And the box office these movies made is pretty crazy. I mean, we're talking 900, 800, 700, 800, 900, 900, 900. And then the last one made $1.3 billion, which at the time, it was the third biggest movie ever behind Avatar and Titanic. At the biggest opening weekend, biggest opening day, biggest worldwide opening. It made a stupid amount of cash. And for a series to be like this consistently successful after 10 years and, 8 movies, when most series struggle to get past 3 movies, some even 2, that is beyond remarkable. That's crazy. So to call Harry Potter a success is a severe understatement. And so yeah, a lot of people assumed that was it for Harry Potter after Deathly Hallows Part 2. That's it, no more. And then Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling were like, we need more money. Let's make more Harry Potter, except without Harry Potter. Let's go back several decades with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is another book in the Harry Potter universe that turned into a movie. So yeah, excitement was initially very high since we were returning to this world that everybody loved so much. And with that first Fantastic Beasts movie, it made $800 million. Can't call that a flop. And then the second one, Crimes of Grindelwald, different story, made a lot less. And I will go into more detail why that's a bad thing when we get to the cons. But still, 600 million isn't a terrible amount. So that proves that there is still an audience for this. So yeah, Harry Potter, the whole brand, the Wizarding World brand, so is a pro here. So brand name recognition is an easy pro. So that's pro number 1. Pro number 2 is when it comes to competition, there isn't anything really extreme. I know there's Sonic from last weekend, there's that, but besides that, there's really nothing. Morbius is dead. Even though the ironic fandom surrounding it isn't. um I mean, the other movie coming out this weekend is Father Stew, and that's not doing very good right now. And yeah, when it comes to like real competition, there's Sonic, and that's it. So it's not too extreme. Then the rest of the month, competition isn't too extreme. It won't get extreme until Doctor Strange 2, but that's not till early May. So that'll be a while from now. But yeah, when it comes to like competition, it's not too bad. So I'll consider that a relative pro. Not so bad competition. Another pro I can think of, I guess the cast is well known, especially like in the geek world. I mean, we got Jude Law as Dumbledore, got Eddie Redmayne, you got weird Matt Mikkelsen isn't here, but he's right here. I mean, I don't I think it's safe to say they call him a geek king at this point because he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Hannibal. He was like a forgettable villain in Doctor Strange. He's been in a lot of stuff, so he definitely Death Stranding, the video game. Um, yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, so he's definitely a recognizable face. There's also Ezra Miller. Ugh. I'll talk about them later when we get to the cons. All right, I have a lot to discuss when it comes to Ezra and their shenanigans, to put it lightly. All right, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, the cast here is they're recognizable enough to not be a con, so I'll consider them to be a pro to some extent. So that's pro number three. Is there any other pros I can think of? I mean, uh, this is hard. I can't think of anything, at least not off the top of my head. No, no. Cons. Okay, when it comes to cons, there's three people I'm going to talk about first. One of those people, you know, is the woman who started this whole wizarding world. Another one is a person who's in the movie, and another is a person who was supposed to be in the movie but got fired. All right. I'm pretty sure you can guess who all those names are, but yeah, we're gonna start with J.K. Rowling. All right, let's start with her. She's the easy one. So J.K. Rowling wrote all these books, produced and wrote. I know she wrote the Fantastic Beasts movies, but I know she was involved with the whole Harry Potter movies and all that. So yeah, big name. Everyone knows who she is. And then she got onto Twitter. And that's where everything went wrong. Because I believe in 2019, um, she started to like retcon stuff from the books to, I guess, please the Twitter crowd or the Twitter mob, as some people would like to put it, by making like certain characters gay for no reason. And yeah, so she got dunked on a lot for doing that. And then I forgot exactly what she did, but I know that she said some like anti-trans things, and so that got the group she was trying to appeal to, she was trying to appeal to hate her, and now no one likes her. So yeah, her name is kind of toxic when it comes to anything Harry Potter related at this point. No one really likes to talk about her in a positive light. So yeah, and she wrote this movie. Well, it's the last two Fantastic Beasts movies she wrote herself. This she had someone else with her, but yeah, J.K. Rowling's name is toxic. I would consider it toxic. So that's a con. J.K. Rowling's tarnished image. Okay. Next, we got Ezra Miller, the Flash from the DCEU. Okay. Now, as you know, a few weeks ago, Ezra got themselves in a lot of trouble because they got arrested, right? They got arrested for, I believe it was assault or like attempted assault, something like that. And obviously, that's not a good look. It got even worse when, like, I think he forgot exactly this. This was a few weeks ago. They threatened to, I think, harm the person, like harm. They attacked a woman, right? I think they attacked a woman at a bar, and then they got arrested, right? If you don't know already, Ezra uses they them pronouns. I looked it up myself, and yeah, that's what he uses. What they use. My God, I suck at this so bad. So I'm referring to Ezra as they them, and if I get it wrong accidentally, I'm sorry. But yeah, obviously that type of publicity is bad in any context. And this isn't Ezra's first rodeo when it comes to bad PR, because like 2 years ago, I know they choked a woman, and it was like filmed too. Like it was on camera. Like they choked a woman, and they didn't get punished, which is insane to me. Like Warner Brothers is willing to punish the other person I'm talking about later, but for Ezra, they're just like, nah, it's fine. Choking a woman, whatever. Let's let them be the Flash and ruin that character for everyone. And continue to be in these Fantastic Beast movies. And it's just, it puts such a bad taste in my mouth. Just seeing their face associated with this movie. It really does. I mean, I wasn't going to watch this movie anyway because I didn't give a shit at all. But with Ezra in there, I'm like, no, just no. And, with Ezra's bullshit and what they've been up to, it I think the Flash movie is more or less DOA at this point. I mean, because Ezra's the star of that movie because they're the Flash in the DCEU. So yikes, that whole movie's a yikes. I probably won't watch that movie either. So yeah, Ezra Miller's involvement in this, easy con for me. Now the third person, the most infamous of them all, Johnny Depp. All right, so Johnny Depp, was supposed to be Grindelwald in this movie because he was Grindelwald in. Well, he made like a brief appearance in the first Fantastic Beasts movie. Then he was Grindelwald for the second. He was supposed to be here for the third, but the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp bullshit cost him his role in this movie. Because I believe in a UK suit, he was labeled a wife beater, and I guess Warner Brothers were like, yeah, no. So they fired him, which a lot of people thought was garbage, myself included. But at least he got paid. He got paid for the scenes that he filmed. He got paid a full amount, so at least he got that. But yeah, that was such garbage from Warner Brothers, and it made me think, how will that firing affect this movie? Because I believe it would affect it in a negative way. And with Mads Mikkelsen, look, I don't hate Mads Mikkelsen. He's just doing his job here. But yeah, just replacing Johnny with Mads Mikkelsen and just being like, oh, okay, and just pretending like nothing happened, at least in universe. I don't know if they explain it, but yeah, it's just, I hate it. I hate it so much. And that whole decision was like the final nail in the coffin when it comes to this whole series, this whole Fantastic Beasts series. Ezra just, that was just hammering even more nails into that coffin. More, extra nails. So, yeah, Johnny Depp's firing from this movie is just bad. Bad, bad, bad. And the fact that they fired him and didn't fire Amber Heard for her being a actual abuser in that whole relationship, the fact that she's still on Aquaman 2, and the fact that nothing has happened to Ezra Miller, after, the bullshit that they did, disgust me to no end. It honest to God disgusted me. So, yeah, because of that, I'm just gonna say now, I hope this movie fails. And I hope Aquaman 2 and The Flash fail, but I don't know if it'll happen with them. Maybe The Flash. That's more likely. But yeah, it's ugh. This mm, mm. Just Johnny Depp's firing con. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Another con is that Fantastic Beast, the series, not doing too great. I mean, uh, gotta go here. Okay, Fantastic Beasts. So the first movie did fine, right? Did $800 million. Great, fantastic. The second one, Crimes of Grindelwald, did a lot worse, like noticeably worse. I mean, first Fantastic Beasts movie made 234 million domestic. Second one, 159 million domestic. Big, big noticeable drop off. And worldwide, same thing. 800 million, 650 million. Now, 650 million is a lot of money, but it is easily the worst out of any Wizarding World movie. Period. And the fact that Crimes of Grindelwald made less in its entire run than Deathly Hallows made in 3 days? Deathly Hallows 2 made in 3 days is embarrassing. So that's a bad sign already that the series was already on a decline. So yeah, that's a big con right there. The franchise going down already. And that was before all the Johnny Depp stuff happened. So yeah, that's a con. And it didn't help that, I mentioned, oh, people were initially excited about Fantastic Beasts, and then Warner Brothers decided, you know what, it's not enough. It's never enough. Let's not make 3 movies. There were originally 3, but they're like, no, let's make 5 movies. And everybody groaned at that announcement because, like, honestly, this is a worse decision than when Warner Brothers were like, hey, The Hobbit, that 300-page book, let's make 2.5 hour movies out of that. It's worse than that because there's like 2 extra movies, making it even more unnecessary than it already is. So, yeah, just a lot of apathy towards Fantastic Beasts. I mean, when it comes to Harry Potter as a whole, there's the fans are still there, but when it comes to this specific thing, Fantastic Beast, there's a lot of apathy. So, yeah, I would consider that a con. Just the fact that they thought, oh, 5 movies is good, even though nobody asked for that at all. So, yeah, just I guess franchise overload in the worst way possible is a con. It doesn't help that a lot from what I've heard, a lot of people have said, "Oh, these Fantastic Beasts movies, they feel like 2 different movies crammed together." You got Newt Scamander's, him being like a beast hunter, I think, and then you got Dumbledore's and Grindelwald's backstory, and it feels so messy and just crushed together. It just doesn't work. So yeah, yeah, yes. Fantastic Beasts as a whole, and just the fact that they thought 5 movies was a good idea, that's a con. Another con is that reviews for this movie are very much not great. Last I checked, it's at 52% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is not the type of number you want. I mean, it's not Morbius bad, but it's not good. Not at all. I mean, it's better than Crimes of Grindelwald, which was at like a 36, which is just awful for a big movie like this. But yeah, 51 is still not 52. Yeah, 52 still not good. So yeah, just lackluster critical reception. That's a con automatically because those reviews are not going to make anyone go to the theater. Another con is that it opened early overseas last weekend. And it didn't do great at all, which is very bad because Harry Potter makes a majority of its money overseas, and that includes Fantastic Beasts too. Like, American money doesn't really matter. Like, it's all about that overseas cash. And if this movie's not doing that great overseas anyway, that is a very bad sign. So yeah, a lackluster overseas start is a con, definitely. Another con is that it had its Thursday night previews and only made like $6 million, which is kind of terrible when compared to the other Harry Potter movies, or at least the Fantastic Beasts movies. It's all the same thing. Like Fantastic Beasts, the first one did like 8.75. The next one after that did like 9 million. Although apparently part of that was like earlier previews, so it's really 7 million. But still, this is the worst of them all. So that's automatic red flag. So yeah, that's a con. Lackluster Thursday previews for this franchise because this franchise is front loaded. It very much is. So bad sign. What else could I say? One last little controversy around this movie. So this movie played in China, right? And with this series, Dumbledore is canonically gay, right? I'm pretty sure you all know that. And I believe it's like him and Grindelwald are like, I don't know if they're like, I think they're attracted to each other. I don't think they're a real I don't think they're like a couple. I don't know. I haven't seen the second one. I don't plan on watching it at all. So I don't know. But I know Dumbledore is gay. Okay, we know that. But China does not like the gay at all. Does not tolerate it for a second. So Warner Brothers had to censor any dialogue mentioning Dumbledore's sexuality, or at least Grindelwald's sexuality, I think. They couldn't mention anything remotely gay, right? And that's very bad. That looks terrible considering how. And it makes Warner Bros. Look so fake. All these companies look so fake when they say, oh, we care so much for the LGBTQ plus community. We love them. We support them. But yet you're literally censoring any reference to that to get that sweet China dollar. Like, bro, that's awful. It's just terrible. So that's one last controversy on like it's the I would consider it to be the cherry on top of the shit sundae when it comes to this movie and its various little controversies. Um I think that's it, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I can mention for pros. I just remember this movie's opening on Easter, and Easter's been pretty good to Warner Brothers. I mean, Ready Player One opened on Easter. Curse of La Llorona opened on Easter. Godzilla vs Kong opened on Easter. The biggest opening of all time for Easter is Batman v Superman. So yeah, Easter's been pretty decent to Warner Brothers. So that could be a pro. And plus, Easter is a pretty big weekend when it comes to box office. So, yeah, well, at least it usually is, depending on like what comes out. So I guess that's a pro. We can put that in the pro department. But I don't know if it really applies here. um, yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else to talk about regarding this movie. So opening weekend. Okay, let's compare it to the other Fantastic Beast movies. Okay, so first Fantastic Beast, 74 million. Second one, 62 million. This is not going to match that at all. There's no chance in hell of that happening. So I know the number that's been going around has been like between 40 and 50 million. That's where a lot of people see this movie opening. That sounds realistic enough. So, you know what? I'm going to go with that. 40 to 45 million total for opening weekend, I think is realistic, although I would not be surprised if it did worse. So, I'm going with 40 to 45 million dollars opening weekend. And this weekend's going to be a little weird. Well, not weird for Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter, but weird as in Friday is Good Friday, right? So obviously kids are out of school and stuff. People don't have to work. So uh a lot of movies are going to have a big boost on Friday, a big artificial boost because of that. And then though after that, the rest of the weekend is going to crash hard because that happens every Easter ever. when it comes to the box office. So yeah. So I imagine this movie's gonna have a decent enough opening day, and then it just plummets the rest of the weekend. And then its total, I don't know. But the what's weird is that this movie, unlike the other Fantastic Beasts movies and a majority of the Harry Potter movies, it doesn't open in November. It opens in April. So this is like, which is really strange. Like every Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts movie, because again, same thing, either open in the summertime or like right before Thanksgiving. That's how it was until this movie. And what's hilarious, this movie was supposed to come out in July, so it would have fit right in with some of the other Harry Potters, but nope, they were like April you go. So yeah, so its total will probably be, I'm gonna guess 110 to 120 million. I believe full well this will be the worst performing movie in Fantastic Beasts series, and I hope this series dies after this movie. Because I don't think anyone is going to be excited for any more of these movies. Like, this is going to be, the last straw for a lot of people. So, yeah, 110 to 120 million total. That's what I'm going with. And yeah, that's it for Fantastic Beasts 3, the Secrets of Dumbledore. Golly gee, that was a lot. Ugh. Now, so that's it for the weekend. Next week, 3 movies to talk about: The Bad Guys, The North Band, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That should be very interesting, especially Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'm planning on actually watching that. That should be an experience. So yeah, so that's next week. And then the week after that, I do Memory, and then that'll be it for April. So, and then we're off to the summer season with Doctor Strange 2. So I can't wait to see that. But anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got playlists on the homepage with all previous prediction videos I made on the channel. I just did Father Stew like 2 days ago. I've done like all the big movies this year so far: The Batman, Sonic 2, Uncharted, Lost City, Scream 5, Jackass Forever, and all the major ones. So if you want to know, my predictions for all those, you can go watch that. If you want to watch any other past predictions I made, just go to the playlist tab. You'll find them with ease. There's the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. With Fantastic Beasts 3, I covered it twice, I believe. Twice. First time I covered it was when it got that July date, and also when the whole Johnny Depp firing happened. And you know what? I find it really funny that, the same time this movie's coming out, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard like defamation trial is going on, which the timing, man, that's some wild timing. But yeah, I've talked about this movie twice. When it got that July date, and then when it moved to April. So I've talked about it twice. But one of those videos has Johnny Depp's face on it. The other one has Eddie Redmayne's face on it. So you should be able to find them with ease. Kinda. I mean, there's a lot in that playlist. 114 episodes, like good 2 years of content. But yeah, if you want to watch those episodes and all the others, watch them all in chronological order. I highly recommend you do that, so go do that. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. April recap will come out right before Doctor Strange 2, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made this year, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.